association with boxer Dalton Smith. I'm whispering because your granddad's behind me. Dalton, it's fight day. Sonny Edwards is defending his world title. Sonny's been saying all week he's going to stop this guy. Do you believe him, or is he just hyping it up?
Anything Sonny says, you've got to have confidence in what he does. But, I'm confident in myself. I think Sonny could probably get a stoppage in this fight. So, we'll see. But, Sonny's always prepared for 12 rounds. It's the way he fights, it's his style. But, I won't be surprised if he gets him out of there in the distance.
There's been a lot of back and forward with his opponent. Where's that come from? Because normally Sonny's quite cool normally, unless the opponent's giving him some grief. But we're not really seeing a lot from this Chilean guy, because obviously you don't speak English.
Yeah, I think obviously from what I can make of it, he's been very vocal over social media and stuff throughout the camp, and now he's turned up. He's all of a sudden gone quiet. So I think Sonny just wanted to just show him, look, you keep the same energy if you want to come with that online, turn up to fight week with the same energy. But everybody knows Sonny's Sonny, innit? He's he's a character, and when he needs to push buttons, he can do it.
Definitely. So you got your stablemate Junaid behind you. He's got a big fight coming up, fighting in a guy that's going to be coming to take his head off, basically. What do you make of the confidence in Junaid and stepping up so early?
Yeah, Junaid's. I'm very confident in Junaid, the talent he is, and he's got an opponent who's going to come to win. And I always say, when we get fights like that, against game fighters who are coming to win, that's where we're gonna you get the best knockouts, because people are they're coming to win, and that's where they when people are throwing, that's where the openings are. If you're fighting journeymen who are tucking up, sometimes it's hard to break them down, so they're just there to survive. But when you've got someone wild coming in to win, that's where you're going to see the stoppages. And everybody knows who's seen Junaid what a talent he is, and it's going to be it's a good fight for him. It'll be a great learning fight, but one I think he will get done in style.
Definitely so. And then moving on to yourself, your last two performances, how do you judge them? Do you think the hype's still there, or do you think people are kind of backed off a little bit? Because obviously there was so much hype, and I feel like when I see the public perception, it's almost like they were expecting you to just walk in and blow these guys away in a couple of rounds. But as you found out, it's not as simple as that, is it?
Of course, and like you say, sometimes you can't win. You're blasting people out, and then it's like, oh, but what's going to be like if can he do the championship rounds? My last two fights, I've got the rounds under my belt, which I needed. So I just take the positives from it. And, it's like, yeah, the hype's just hype, isn't it? But at the end of the day, I've got to turn up and show people what the hype's about. And I've said for a while now, I needed that fight. My last fight, I had like a 4 or 5 week camp. And it was just hard to get up for the fight. And that was a very mediocre Dalton, winning every round in a British title fight against, Billy Allington, who, obviously is the best fight performance of his career. And I didn't drop a round. I think I dropped 1 round. So, this next fight against Sam Maxwell, it's the fight I need, and believe me, it's going to be a very explosive performance from me.
And with regards to your next fight, like you just said there with Sam Maxwell, are you looking to, I don't even ask you whether you're looking to make a statement, do you feel any pressure to maybe try and push for the knockout, or are you just going to just do your normal thing?
No, there's no pressure on me. There's only pressure if you're allowed to put it on yourself. And I've got the main thing I needed was the rounds. I've been blasting people out, and I needed the rounds. And like I say, I've got that under my belt now. I always say, like, my last 2 performances will have put me in better stead than any of the other fights before. And now I've got the rounds under my belt. I can prove I can do the championship rounds against a very mediocre performance from me. The people are going to see a very special Dalton Smith in the next fight.
Last thing I want to ask you, your weight division tonight, Josh Taylor, TEOFIMO, LOPEZ go head to head. Just a quick breakdown of the fight, and also I want you to get your reaction to the comments from TEOFIMO. Do you think he genuinely means what he's saying, or is it just to attract attention? Because obviously we're talking about it now as well, and a lot of fighters have done that through history, and people are questioning his mental health, etc.
Yeah, the comments he said, it's not very professional, and maybe it's to build the hype up, but I generally do think his head's gone. And I don't think he's in the best of mental states. But that's it's hard for me to say because I don't know the guy. You know, I'm only seeing it from the outside, and you know, from looking at both fighters, Josh Taylor looked really good at the weight, and I think my opinion before was, you know, it's a 50-50 fight, but you know, looking at it now, you know, I could probably see Josh Taylor getting the job done inside the distance.
Good stuff. Anything else you want to add, Dalton, before I let you go?
Not much. Just that's it. 3 weeks tuning into my fight, 1st of July, Sheffield Arena. It's going to be a big performance.
Good luck, top man. Thank you.